Good morning, I'm Barbara, and welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, your trusted source for in-depth coverage of the day's most important stories. Today, we're going to start with a report that has sent shockwaves across Argentina and beyond. The brutal murder of three young women, two 20-year-olds, Morena Verdi and Brenda del Castillo, and 15-year-old Lara Gutierrez, has sparked widespread outrage and protests against femicide. According to reports from both CBS News and BBC World, the victims were lured to a house near the Argentine capital on September 19th with promises of payment for attending a party. Their mutilated bodies were found several days later, buried in the garden of the house. What's even more disturbing is that their killers live-streamed their torture and killing on Instagram, broadcasting it to a closed group of 45 people. The investigation has led to the arrest of several suspects, including the man suspected of digging the hole where the women were buried, and a man and his niece who allegedly drove the car that took the victims to the house. But the key suspect, 20-year-old Tony Jansen Valverde Victoriano, also known as Little J, had evaded capture until recently. Peruvian police have now detained Little J and another suspect, Matias Osorio, believed to be his right-hand man. Little J was found hidden in a van transporting fish on a motorway south of Lima, while Osorio will be handed over to Argentine authorities soon. This horrific crime has highlighted the issue of femicide in Argentina, where one woman is killed by a man every 36 hours, according to a femicide monitoring group. The concept of femicide was added to Argentina's penal code as an aggravating factor of homicides in 2012, but there are concerns that it may be removed, with some arguing that it promotes the idea that a woman's life is worth more than a man's. As we continue to follow this story, we'll bring you updates and insights into the ongoing investigation and the broader context of femicide in Argentina. We'll also explore the reactions from the community, including the protests demanding justice for the victims. For now, let's take a moment to remember Morena, Brenda, and Lara, whose lives were brutally cut short. Our thoughts are with their families and loved ones as they navigate this unimaginable tragedy. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're glad you're still with us as we dive into our middle segment. Today, we're discussing some significant developments in international relations and trade agreements. Specifically, we're looking at the recent news surrounding South Korea and its dealings with the United States. As you may know, there have been some tensions between the two countries regarding visa programs for South Korean workers. Recently, over 300 South Korean nationals were detained in a massive immigration raid at a battery factory being built on Hyundai's auto plant campus near Savannah, Georgia. This incident sparked public outrage and frustration in South Korea, which has pledged hundreds of billions of dollars in investments to the U.S. However, in a positive turn of events, the United States has agreed to allow South Korean workers on short-term visas or a visa waiver program to help build industrial sites in America. This announcement came after bilateral visa talks between the two countries in Washington. According to South Korea's foreign ministry, American officials have reaffirmed that South Korean companies can use B-1 short-term business visas, or SDAs, to send workers needed for installation, servicing, and repair tasks. It's worth noting that while this agreement is a step forward, South Korea has been calling for more fundamental changes to the visa system. The country would like to see a new visa category created to expand access for skilled workers. However, U.S. officials have stated that major changes would be difficult due to legislative constraints. We'll continue to monitor this situation and provide updates as more information becomes available. It's essential to recognize the complexities of international trade agreements and the need for fair and balanced solutions that benefit all parties involved. In other related news, South Korea's president has reaffirmed his support for the transfer of wartime operational control from the U.S. to South Korea. This move is seen as a significant step towards strengthening the alliance between the two countries and enhancing regional stability. That's all for now on this developing story. We'll be keeping a close eye on how these events unfold and their potential impact on global trade and diplomacy. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, I'd like to take a moment to discuss the recent developments in British politics. It's been an eventful week, with tensions running high between Labour Party leader Keir Starmer and Reform UK leader Nigel Farage. According to reports, Farage's publicly funded security detail has been cut by 75%, sparking concerns about his safety. Reform UK has claimed that this decision was made without explanation and has accused the Prime Minister of coordinating a campaign of incitement to violence against Farage. However, the Commons authorities have stated that they do not comment on individual cases and that a rigorous process is in place to assess arrangements for MPs. Meanwhile, Keir Starmer has been facing criticism for his comments about Reform UK's migrant policy, which he described as racist and immoral. Farage has hit back, accusing Starmer of trying to silence him and undermine his party's message. It's clear that the debate around immigration and national security is a contentious one, with strong opinions on both sides. As we consider these complex issues, it's essential to prioritize respectful dialogue and avoid inflammatory language. In related news, Keir Starmer has also been discussing his vision for changing the country, including addressing mental health issues and getting young people back into work. He emphasized the importance of examining the benefits system to ensure that it's supporting those who need it most. As we navigate these complex political landscapes, it's crucial to stay informed and engaged. By listening to different perspectives and evaluating the evidence, we can make more informed decisions about the issues that matter to us. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay engaged.